All right, let's get right into it. We're going to tackle one of the most, if not the most, important topics in all of crypto, how you actually keep your assets safe. Because in this world, let me tell you, security isn't just some nice feature, it's everything.
And why does it matter so much? We'll look at this number. In 2024 alone, a completely insane $2.2 billion in crypto was just gone, stolen in hacks and exploits. And a huge chunk of that boils down to one simple thing: how and where people were storing their private keys.
This quote really says it all. You've heard it before, be your own bank. It sounds great, right? And it is, but it also means there's no fraud department to call, no one to reverse the transaction if you get hacked. You have all the power, which is amazing, but you also carry all the responsibility. So yeah, let's make sure we get this right.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the tool you probably already use, maybe without even thinking about it. The best way to think of a hot wallet is like your crypto checking account. It's built for easy access for your everyday spending and transacting. Now, the key word here, the only word that really matters, is connected. A hot wallet is online all the time. Its entire job is to be ready to go, ready to interact with the blockchain at a moment's notice. And that makes it super convenient for day-to-day use.
And that right there, that's the fundamental trade-off. On one hand, you get that instant access you need for trading, for DeFi, for whatever. It's fast, it's easy. But the flip side? That constant internet connection means a constant risk of being exposed to threats. And you've definitely seen these around. We're talking about apps on your phone like Trust Wallet, or maybe a desktop app like Exodus. Of course, there's the big one, the MetaMask browser extension, and even the wallet that's built right into an exchange like Coinbase or Binance. Those are all hot wallets. And yeah, they're usually free and ridiculously easy to set up.
But here's the part we really need to hammer home. Because it's always online, a hot wallet is basically a permanent target for hackers, for scammers, for all the nasty malware that's just floating around the web. It's like leaving your front door unlocked 24/7. You have to be constantly on guard.
And these are the weapons the bad guys use. Phishing scams trying to trick you into typing your seed phrase into a fake website. Nasty bits of malware that can literally copy your private key from your computer. And of course, the massive exchange hacks that have cost people billions. Every single one of these attacks exploits that one weakness, the wallet's connection to the internet.
So, if hot wallets are for spending, where on earth do you keep your savings? Well, that brings us to the absolute fortress of crypto security, the cold wallet. Think of this as your high-security savings vault.
The definition tells you everything you need to know. Your private keys, the only thing that can actually move your crypto, are created and stored on a device that never, ever touches the internet. That separation, that air gap, is its superpower. It's the whole secret sauce.
And just like before, there's a trade-off for that superpower. You get pretty much the highest level of security possible, totally immune to online hacks. But it comes at the cost of convenience. You have to physically grab the device, plug it in, and press buttons to sign a transaction. And yeah, they're not free. They have an upfront cost. Now, the most popular and user-friendly type, by a long shot, is the hardware wallet. You've probably seen these little USB-style devices from companies like Ledger or Trezor. Sure, other types exist. You could literally stamp your seed phrase into a piece of metal, but for most people, hardware wallets are the way to go.
But let's get real for a second, because this point from a Reddit thread is so important. No system is totally foolproof, because we, the users, aren't foolproof. Even with the best tech in the world, a simple human mistake is always the biggest risk factor.
And this is where that responsibility really hits you. With a cold wallet, the danger isn't from some hacker across the world, it's right there in the physical world. If you lose your little hardware device and you lose the backup seed phrase you wrote down, well, that's it. There's no recovery. Your funds are just gone. Poof. Forever.
Okay, so what do we have? We have convenient but risky versus super secure but kind of clunky. So which one do you choose? Well, the answer is both. The strategy used by basically every serious person in crypto is a hybrid approach that uses the best of both worlds.
When you lay it all out side by side like this, it becomes so clear. Hot wallets, they're for convenience, small amounts, and active trading. The risk, online theft. Cold wallets, they're for maximum security, large amounts, and long-term holding. The risk, physical loss. They're two totally different tools for two totally different jobs.
Let's just bring it all back to this one simple idea. If you take away anything from this, it should be this analogy.
Your hot wallet is your walking around money, your checking account. Your cold wallet is your savings vault, where you lock up what you can't afford to lose. You wouldn't walk around with your life savings and cash in your back pocket, right? The exact same logic applies here.
So here's the game plan in 2 easy steps. Step 1, you lock away the vast majority of your portfolio, we're talking 90–95%, your long-term holds, in a cold wallet. Step 2, you only move the small amount you actually need for short-term stuff into your hot wallet. This keeps your risk exposure tiny while keeping you flexible. All right, let's wrap this up with the stuff that is absolutely non-negotiable. These are the golden rules you just have to follow to protect yourself no matter what kind of wallet you're using. First, your seed phrase is the key to everything. Never, and I mean never, store it digitally. No screenshots, no text files, nothing. Write it down on paper and store the physical copies somewhere safe. Always, always buy your hardware wallets directly from the company. And finally, build this habit. Physically verify every single transaction address on your hardware wallet's little screen before you approve it. That's what saves you from malware. Look, it all comes down to this classic crypto saying. Not your keys, not your coins. Whether it's a hot or cold wallet, the whole point is for you to be in control of your keys. Because at the end of the day, those keys are the only thing that proves you actually own your assets.
So there you have it. You know the framework now. Hot wallets for everyday convenience, cold wallets for long-term security. The smartest play is to use them together. The only question left is, how are you going to use this knowledge to protect your own digital future?